Hey YouTubers and people, whoever's watching this video, this is my to-do list. And the next thing on my to-do list is to talk about the necklace spirit. It sounds stupid, and it is. Very stupid. Anyways, this is my necklace, and more specifically I'm going to talk about this little bead right here. I'll connect this to religion a little later. It's a really religious topic. So if you don't want a religious rant, I suggest get off this video. So first, a little story behind this bead. It was during the winter break, in my 7th or 8th grade, I think. Around that time, I'm pretty sure it was sometime during middle school. And I went to Indiana, to my cousin's house, and it was either Abigail or Alec who gave me this bead. I don't know how I got it or why I got it or anything about this bead, but I know I got it from that time. So the bizarre thing is, when I got back from this vacation and all, back to this torment of middle school, this thing started talking to me. Yes, it started telling me stuff. Now you think I'm mad? Well, I probably was mad, and I probably am still mad. Not in the emotional anger type of thing, but you know what I mean. So why did this thing talk to me? Why did it boom its voice, which is my own voice, through my own head? Well, the main reason is it was during middle school, and as you might have got from my other videos, middle school wasn't really a good time for me. I was depressed. So this thing, it told me exactly what I wanted to hear. Because you know, when you're depressed and all, you just want to turn to something that could help you out. Well, I turned to this. After I turned to God. God didn't help me, and this thing helped me. Because I wanted to believe it helped me. And this thing was a physical entity. It was physically something I could hold and prove and touch. So in other words, this thing was my method of tricking my own logic and reason. But what did it do? When I was confused on a test or a quiz, I would ask this bead, and it seemed to know all the answers. Obviously, it didn't improve my grades because the extent of this bead's knowledge can only go as far as my own knowledge. But it was the perfect friend. It knew exactly what I wanted to hear, because this thing is a reflection of my own desires. So how is it connected to religion? Religion works the exact same way. In one quote I came across while researching a poem, The Computation by John Donne. The source said, what did he say? Okay, he says, madness is refuge for those who can't handle grief. Something along that line. And it does make sense because, you know, religion, as I would describe it, is an ant colony of madness. So each person would ask God for help, an obviously invisible, unprovable, and non-existent God for help when they were in tough situations. When they lose a job, for example, they would ask God to help them get another job. And if they don't get a job, they say, well, God has a plan for me. And if they do get a job, they'll say, thank you, God. So either way, it's reinforcing their belief in God. And it makes them happy. They want that backup plan. They want that backup person just to make them feel good. But we see that the extent to this belief falls apart when you talk about death. You probably won't be surprised to say that Christians cry as much as any other person, atheist, Muslim, when it comes to death, or at least most Christians. But why is it? If they believe in an afterlife, they believe in eternal peace and eternal happiness, why would they cry when a family member dies? Shouldn't they be happy? Certainly it isn't tears of happiness. No, it's tears of grief. And they go through the same grieving process as any other person. Why is that? It could be that 90% of them, according to a statistic, haven't actually really opened up the Bible and actually read the Bible, other than in church. They believe God out of ignorance. And likewise, the same 90% of Christians don't really believe in God. When it comes to a family member's death, they use God as a way of coping with the death. But the problem comes in when they try to force others to believe in their God. It's a political movement in the US. You don't believe God? You have no influence over society. But anyways, this speed, in my experiences with the speed, is not so different than religion. Religion talks to heal, to fill in, and to cure mental emptiness, just like this thing helped me through my hardest times in my life, middle school, where I was empty and lonely and deluded into wanting to trade in my reason for acceptance. So, this thing no longer talks to me, obviously, and I think God ought to stop talking to you once you fix your delusion. And if you're just an atheist, like me, just watching this video just to hear the accounts of a crazy person, then yeah, I hope you had fun. See ya. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna hypnotize you. Rar. You are deluded. You believe in a flying sky fairy just helping you with your daily stuff. Bye.